the 450 horsepower Stearman biplane has been slowed down so that Jane Wicker climbs out of the cockpit, climbs up onto the wing-walking wagon, gives everybody a great big wave, going way back. Now, she can't hear you, but she can sure see you. And she's going to be waving to you quite a bit while she's out there doing her job here this afternoon. I'm going to stand over here in the corner, because it just feels nice standing over here. Ah, yes. All right, now, as you watch them climbing out here, if you weren't here earlier, Kirk actually helped to open the show. He circled our flag jumper. They did a show out here. As the airplane climbs to altitude, the changes and modifications just playing a much bigger engine. It started out with a 220 horsepower Continental engine. This engine from Pratt & Whitney is 450 horsepower. Of course, the snazzy paint job, the smoke system, and most important for this one is the wing-walking bridge. Now, the beauty of the beast, that airplane is a beast, and if you've never really seen Jane Wicker up close, that is a pretty lady. So we call the show as she takes the Kirk Wicker flies the airplane over, the nose comes down, and he rolls it around and lets it accelerate. That's the first half of the relay. Put her arms straight up or out to the side or out in front of her, but she has to do the same with both arms. How Fluty's body gets yanked back and forth just from the force that was starting and stopping in a point roll. There's a hammerhead, and Kirk takes a cut back in onto the performance line. The beast has Fluty's giving everybody a wave. She gives you a big wave. She's waving for 1.5 hours. Playing this music here, this little ragtime music, kind of set the mood for this thing. You got to realize that this is actually part of the halcyon days of barnstorming. After World War I, the United States government sold off all the airplanes, got rid of all of our pilots. Why? Well, World War I was the great war, the war to end all wars. There weren't going to be any more wars. Does that sound real familiar? Right. So let's watch up to the right side now as some of these pilots would fly their own airplanes. They would go. They enjoyed flying their airplanes. So they drop by the plane, so they go out and they fly over the town. And they develop it into aerobatics. They just fly somebody looking over the then they land on a farmer's field and sell rides. And then if it got stormy, they'd pull the airplane into the farmer's barn. This was term barnstorming came around. And some of these pilots got together and they flew together and they sell rides together. And then one of them got the bright idea, hey, what about if we were to get one of our girlfriends up on the wing of the airplane? Give Jane a wave as she's coming by here. Wait a minute. Of the airplane. And they had men that did it, they had women that did it, and that's how wingwalking was really born. And he actually started with a kind of a bridle, and eventually they stood on the wing. And you ever seen movies? And they would dance on the wings, and they would do transfers from one airplane to another. They were nuts. Well, course, now today we have the modern wing walking rig that we have here, which is made of tubular steel and actually becomes a part of the upper spar, or the spar on the upper wing of the airplane. And lo and behold, Jane is no longer up on the top of the airplane. You can probably see that she isn't up there. Where is she? Well, she's climbed down into the cockpit, and now she's going to really walk on the wing as she climbs out of the cockpit and works her way out to the strut. It's about midway down the wing. It is longitudinal, and it's supposed to, back and forth like on the airplane, and she's riding on that strut. It's in the shape, ladies, I can ask you a question, right down here. Enjoying your frozen lemonade. It's in the shape of a javelin. And you got to realize that airplane designers have no imagination. So what do you suppose they named this strut in the shape of a javelin? A javelin strut. By golly, how about that? So you see what you saw in airplane design. Now, see if Jane's out there getting out on the way. Bracing, all those struts are out in the wind, and there's wires, and if you get the airplane going fast enough, Jane says it sort of sounds like an angel has dropped her harp. All the wires. So right now, Kirk has turned the smoke on, heads the airplane back in here. You see Jane has her feet down on the wing right now, and leaning into the... Kirk takes it up over the top, so real carefully you can see the waist belt that Jane wears. I don't see, what happens? What happens if you get a bug while you're flying? He said, boy, I'll tell you that. Raindrops can feel the same way. Start making a turn out here. Jane's still out there on the they call that strut an end strut. My God, this boy has got it. And we're just making one more turn so you can watch this, and then she's going to move out. You see the end strut of the wing? You see what I'm talking about? She's going to move out and actually move out to the edge of the wing. Would you like to come up here? Or you're going to send me a note? I love you. Oh man, don't let the lady hear that. I'll just give him a chance. Okay, he's pulled the power back. I have a chance to do this. A lost child is freezing out. Joe Luster is at the customer service area at the hangar where the tower is, which is up here, way up here to the right side. The customer service area. Joe, way out to the end strut. Yes, oh God, this kid is great. All right, now she's standing out there and she's posing. What does she look like? She looks like, hold on. Right now, and she is actually she's wrapped her arms around the end strut good, and she's got her back to the wind. She's looking backwards. You know why? She likes to see where she's been. So that's what she's doing right now. Wrapped her legs around the end strut, thank you, young fella, and she is hanging down underneath the wing. So I want everybody to give her a great big wave because she's waving you. As you see, she is doing this without any kind of safety belt. And as I always tell you, please don't try this at home. These people are professionals. They know what they're doing. All right. Oh my God. So Jane is now pulling herself back up onto the end strut, and but she's not going to move just yet. She's going to stay there, facing the rear. And we'll watch as Kirk is going to turn his plane around. They are out of, just remember, Fields, Virginia. and they fly for the Field Flying Circus. They fly every weekend. They're not on the road. Man, I'll tell you, that's a lot of flying this act. Oh, listen, I love the smell of smoke oil in the afternoon. And we'll watch as they're going to turn around and come back to the left side. Now, you saw Jane hanging down. Beauty was hanging down under the beach right wing, the left wing, rather. She's still there on the left wing, but I'm going to watch you something. She said, "Why is it that you think this is great? You want to try this?" She says, "Why do I have to fly around upside down? Well, you're sitting inside that cockpit, nice and warm." She says, "I want to sit right side up." So if you look over here on the left side, Kirk Wicker turns the airplane upside down. Jane Wicker is sitting upright on the bottom of the lower wing. Ladies and gentlemen, we call this top of the world! Look at that, she's waving to you. Man, I'd be holding on. I'd have my toes wrapped around everything, my hands wrapped around everything. I'd be flying for my mother. And that is one of some of the things she has to do. At 85 miles an hour, she has to sit up against the wind. And look at that, it's what she just did. How about that? Remount as she will climb into the airplane. Oh, she's still waving. She's sitting out on the wing. Finally, now she's kicking her little feet. Look at that. Oh, man. I'll wave to her again.
Rachel would love this.
Watch her right now. And Team Company, they're going to land. They'll be taxiing back, and watch me trip over the chair. They're going to shoot. You're laughing, Jamie. Don't you do that. Touching down gently, they're going to move out of the way here as Patty Wagstaff will be taking the runway momentarily. But I'm expecting to see, I put a check. Excuse me.